Well, hello class. In this particular chapter, we will be talking about creating a solid financial plan. Okay, so what are some of the things we're going to talk about? Well, as you had created a business plan, one of the most important things would be to create a financial plan. Obviously, we know that you need money to make anything work. And that should integrate nicely with your particular business plan. And as you know, anyone starting a new business has to know how to prepare financial statements, and you need that liquidity flow, or at least that understanding of liquidity, to understand how financial statements will let you see where you're making your money and losing your money, if you will, profits, liabilities. Now, if you can probably remember back somewhere in school, and if you had any type of accounting, what the importance of financial statements is. And we all know basically that assets equal liabilities plus your owner's equity. So whatever you have pumped into that business, whatever money you invested, okay, that is going to be on the plus side of your assets. But if you accrue too much liability, then that is going to eat into your profits, and then you have less opportunity to invest back into the business. So we're going to briefly talk about financial statements and how to interpret those financial statements by doing what we call a ratio analysis. And we'll do some basic understanding of how we interpret financial ratios to understand our financial statements. And then one of the things that's kind of important is when you're starting a new business and you're an entrepreneur, how to look for what we call a break-even analysis. In other words, when do you know when your assets and your owner's equity less your liabilities are the same? They call that usually in business equilibrium. Um, so you want to go to, I believe it's the chapter review on page 488 of your book, which kind of goes over these learning objectives. So one of the things I really want to cover over the next 3 or 4 days is financial planning, basic financial reports. How do we do some financial forecasts based on liquidity, leverage, operating, and profitability ratios? Now, I don't want you to get all bent out of shape and say, how do I really understand all of the functions here to the max the way an accountant would or a financial analyst? But I want you to get the basic ideas of understanding it at least so you can do some financial forecasts. Okay? So basically, when we talk about doing a break-even analysis and a ratio summary, we're just you're just trying to see where your business makes money, loses money, and how much you actually have made in your business so that you can get a decent week's wage out of it and dump a percentage of what you make back into your business to grow it. So that's kind of where I'm coming from here. And hopefully this will be a good chapter for you. Okay, thank you.